inkproducts.com is now going to release a refill kit for the new Canon series of printers. The printer we're showing now is a 6320. It's got the new 251 and 250 cartridges. Open it up. Cartridges are going to come over. Now we've been testing this printer and testing a refill kit. There's no aftermarket cartridges, so the only choice you're going to have is to fill up the original Canon cartridges. Now the one on the magenta over there, blinking that it needs to be replaced, is close to being, that needs to be refilled. I've refilled the cyan already. Okay, now we're going to go over setup. Go down. There we go. That's the ink monitor. Now on the cyan, I already shut off the ink monitor. The magenta will be next. And then the other cartridge, we're going to shut them all off. You're going to have to. Then you can fill them. I would recommend having 2 sets of cartridges. When you're going to do a lot of printing, put in the other set. I took one of the cartridges apart so you can see what it looks like inside. This is the starter cartridge that came with it. Very little ink. The chamber's only, well, maybe a ½ inch wide. That's where you would fill it. Now on the XP, we're hoping that Canon gives you the back part filled with ink. So you might have to buy 2 sets of cartridges because of the XLs will hold a little bit more. They hold 11 milliliters of ink. This starter cartridge, I believe, holds 6 or 7 milliliters of ink. And then there's a chip on the bottom, and that chip has a microprocessor. So not sure how long it's going to be before there's even a chip resetter. Also, when you try to take it off, you damage it because they use epoxy, some type of epoxy to hold it on. So taking it off definitely will damage it. So when you're going to fill them, you want to save these orange clips because you will not be able to fill it easy without them. Put the clip on. You're going to remove this area, a little checkered area there. I'll show you that. And then you're going to fill it up, and we're going to supply with our kit an Allen key and an Allen screw. And that's going to go right in here to seal the hole up, because you're going to take a little ball has to be taken out. We're going to give you a little finger drill so you can go in there and take it out. Now with a little razor blade or X-Acto knife, I'm going to remove this area right here, just that much of the plastic on the top. There's a little sealing ball underneath. Want to get at that. Take your time. There it is. Right in there is a little sealing ball. We're going to give you a little finger drill. You're going to drill into it and pull that ball out. Okay, take the little finger drill. Take your time. You want to get it in there so you can pull it up, peel it out. There it is. Almost had it. Go in again. Now before I fill it, before I put any ink in it, I'm going to put the set screw in there. That's what's going to seal it off. Take your time. It's going to have to push down a little bit. It's going to have to push down so it starts to seat. There. Be nice and flush. Then you can keep taking it out when you got to fill it. That's how you prepare the cartridge to be filled. So in the kit, you're going to get the Allen key, some little Allen screws. By the way, those are stainless steel, so they can't rust. You're going to get a little finger drill. You're going to get a syringe for each color. And when you go to fill, you're going to go right in that little hole and fill it up. And you're going to put as much ink as you can in. You start off with 7 milliliters on the larger cartridges like this one. The XL can hold up to 22 milliliters. Not sure you're going to get all that back in. Now once you do that, you put it in, and eventually you're going to have to shut off the ink monitor for that color. Now I use a little clamp like this before I go to fill, because that helps hold it. Then I take an old box, I cut it out, and I put my bottle of ink in it. So that helps hold the ink so that can't be knocked over. Very simple. And you can go in, draw it up, have a paper towel handy, and then you can fill the cartridge. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to run solid magenta, solid red. Then that's going to come up, and I'm going to show you how to shut off that particular color. You're going to be using, it'll light up over here, it's going to show you the stop button. But until you get that, now you have to do this a couple of times, because it's going to go down, go down, go down, and then eventually it's not going to let you print anymore, because it's either out of ink or you've got to shut off that particular color. So I'm going to load the printer with paper and print solid red, so I can get that to shut down and won't let me print, and then I can show you how to shut off that ink color. Okay, I'm setting it up to print a solid red sheet, so I can show you how to shut off that color, and you'll have to do it for all colors. I want to point this out. When you're using a Canon, an Epson, or HP, you can pick plain paper, but always pick high. Always print on high. That means the printhead will last a lot longer, and the end results will be better, because you won't get lines and everything. So whether you have an HP, an Epson, or a Canon. I'm doing a solid red. Shouldn't take too many sheets, and that'll pop up telling me that I can't go any further. Then I'll be able to show you how to shut off that color like I did with the cyan. But just remember, you're better off having 2 sets of cartridges and keep replacing them so you don't run it completely out of ink. You don't want to damage the printhead. Okay, now I've got what I want. It popped up, gave you the service code or support code. I want you to replace the ink tank. And we're going to look over here. This is important. You've got the warning light on, and then you've got the light below the stop on. So now I'm going to hold this down. Keep holding it down. 1002, it went out. Now go over here. Now it's gone. So that means that that color has now been shut down. And we'll check it. Okay. There you go. There's magenta. But you gotta wait till you see that error code. Now what I would do is definitely go in and fill that cartridge back up. Okay, now I removed the magenta cartridge. As you can see, I've already refilled it once. I've got the little Allen wrench. I'm going to remove it, and I'm going to fill it again. I've already shut off the ink monitor, so I just got to pay attention, make sure there's ink in this. There's also a little prism in the bottom here, if you can see. You can hardly see any ink in there. So, now that's what we're going to do next. I'm going to go get an injector. I'll put the magenta in place of the cyan and get a new syringe to fill this back up. Okay, take your time. You don't want to rush. When you overfill it, a little ink will come out. Then what you want to do is use your paper towel to wipe it off, and then you can put the little set screw in. That'll seal that hole. Okay, now it's filled. Wiped it off. I squeeze it. I don't see any ink coming out, so that means that's a good fill. Now I can go put it back in the printer. Very simple to fill, but you got to use some common sense. You know, you don't want to let it run out. You don't want to go too fast so it bubbles out. Now this is the only way right now. Maybe in a month or two, a couple of months, who knows, we might have a refillable cartridge with a chip. But I think the way this chip looks right now, it's going to be hard to clone. And a CIS system is almost going to be impossible, although we're working on one. I put it in. It says please wait. So it's starting the process. Now you see, I removed it. You see what it said? Magenta. There again, go over, press the stop button, hold it down, goes away. Won't show you the color, and now you can continue to print. Sometimes you got to do that a couple times, or if you're swapping in and out cartridges. But that now you can print, and it won't shut you down. I'm going to point this out. Canon made it very difficult here, very difficult to put any type of hose in there to have a continuous ink system. Not saying we won't have one, because we're working on it. It's just that it becomes a chip issue and room. Now, the problem I see with Canon is it's going to be very difficult to get a paper jam out. This thing ever jams up, you have no room to get in there. You might have to take everything apart from the back and the front. I like the printer because it does print on CDs and DVDs, but I think Canon's gone too far to stop people.